it's Good News with Dick Baumbach, and I'm Jeff Heiser of Success and Intentional Lifestyle here with Dick Baumbach, bringing you good news for the week. How's it going, Dick?
It's going great, and we're having a great time giving people good news.
Yeah, this past week has been pretty good. I'm going to open up with this story that you sent me about a cop wins the hearts as photo of his rainy day good deed spreads. What is this all about?
This happened in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. A North Carolina police officer, he stopped on a rainy, cold day to pick up a mom who was pushing her toddler on a sidewalk. And
in the rain?
In the rain, cold. And what Charles Ziegler did is he pulled over, he got the stroller, put it in his trunk, took the mom and the child, put it in the front seat, and somebody took a snapshot of it, couldn't believe it, and it went viral. And his answer was, it was a very bad weather day. I had to help her. What else are you going to do?
Yeah, what else are you going to do? I mean, people that question that, it's like, you got to question, why are you even asking that question?
Exactly. I mean,
it's like the guy that, is, there's a video that goes around about it's really, really cold. It's like snowing out, and it's a homeless guy walking in bare feet. And the guy stops and gives him the shoes.
Right.
And it's like, why would you give him your shoes? The guy's cold. He has no shoes.
It's called good news.
It's good news. That's right. It is good news. Did you see the good news this past week about the man in West Virginia that went and he commandeered somebody's boat and started saving people during the flood that they had?
I heard about this.
Holy smokes. I mean, this guy saved all kinds of people, and his mom is calling him a hero, and he's saying, I'm not a hero. I'm just a guy that saved people.
Yeah, well, and that's, in their minds, and hopefully a lot of people think the same way. It's no big thing. Just do it. Get it done.
Yeah, it's like, I'm a person. That person needs my help. I'm going to go help them.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy. Your next story is 30 years later, burglar repays money. Now, I got to ask, before you even start, was this a part of a court order, or was this something he just went and did on his own?
This is something he did on his own.
Wow.
This happened in Hastings, Michigan, and he had stolen $800 from a Barry County store 30 years ago. And he, for some reason, had to repay that money because it was in his heart. He not only repaid the $800, he paid it with interest for all those years. And he doesn't want anybody to know, and the store has agreed, but he just said that it has always been over his head and that he had to take care of this. And he did, and there was an envelope that came in with 12 $100 bills.
Wow. Now, was he caught for this and incarcerated? Does it say? He never was caught, and this is something that he just felt he had to do.
If that he had to do. I mean, and the sheriff, they checked with the sheriff's department. They checked the case. There was a case 30 years ago at this store, and there was $800 taken, and now here it's back to them.
So were the store owners people?
It's new. It's Greg's Groceries now.
Wow. That's an amazing story. Yeah. It takes a lot to do that.
Yeah, but obviously it was sitting over his head all this time, and he had to make amends.
Right. That's good news.
And I just thought of something too, Jeff. We say he. For all we know, it could have been a she.
Right. We don't know.
We don't know who it was.
Wow. That's funny that you said that because, one of my interviews I just did, the young lady talked about how the males and the females are so stereotyped in making movies. How a guy will go and see a movie directed by a guy, but he won't necessarily go and see a movie directed by a girl. Right. But the ladies will see them both. Right. It's like, oh man, it's crazy. Story is about, it was picked up for $3. Chinese bowl goes for $2.2 million at an auction. You know, I just went through a thrift store with my wife, and we looked at every single piece in there. We looked behind the photographs, the pictures and everything, to make sure there wasn't anything hidden.
Well, this happened in New York City, and it's a bowl from China's Northern Song Dynasty, and it's at least 1,000 years old.
What? 1,000 years old, and
Right.
It was picked up where?
It was picked up at a auction. Well, it was picked up. The gentleman found it somebody was just selling it.
Wow.
And
Over
and,
1,000 years old.
Yeah, and it was $3, and so he goes and buys it, and he decides just to take it to Sotheby's auction house just to see if it's worth a couple of more bucks. So I'm thinking, in my mind, your mind probably, oh boy, if it's worth 200, hey,
200, I made a pretty good profit.
So they Sotheby's did the checking and verified everything. It was made between 960 and 1127.
Holy
AD.
smokes!
And at that time, over the years, it would have sold for like $200,000 back in the 40s and 50s, and it's now $2 million.
Wow.
So Sotheby's suggests that when you look at garage sales, you look very carefully.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know what amazes me about this story is how a piece like that could go so long undetected.
Yeah.
It just is it worth more to just like put it into a museum or take the $2.2 million? I'd be taking the $2.3
Yeah, me too.
The next story is this is quite amazing actually. Pizza delivered to plane waiting hours on tarmac. Now this wasn't an airline that's out of New York, is it?
Well, no. Actually, this was a airline that was flying from Boston to Atlanta, and they got diverted to Knoxville, Tennessee.
Wow.
And so what happened is they were sitting there, and they couldn't get in because there was possible tornado warnings and bad weather. So they were sitting on the tarmac for 4.5 hours.
Wow.
And what happened is somebody picked up their cell phone and called the pizza place, and the pizza place said, okay, we'll bring 30 pizzas out to the...
Man.
And so...
Was it Papa John's?
No, it wasn't. We don't know which pizza place it was, but the pizza company did not charge anything.
Really?
Did not charge anything.
Wow. It's good publicity. If he had a video camera running and shows him
exactly.
going out there to deliver. We deliver even on the tarmac.
I know. That's cool.
So what do you have for us next week? We're right down to the end of the show.
Okay. Well, next week, the lead story is high school track coach reports error that leads to loss of state title.
Wow. That sounds like a very interesting one. It reminds me of that commercial with the kid on TV playing the basketball game, and he claims that he knocked the ball out, and he goes and tells the ref in the game that he knocked it out. It's the right thing to do.
Yep.
Very good. Thank you so much, Mr. Baumbach, for another great week of good news stories.
Look, just keep up that good news. Yes.
Take care. Have a great week, and we'll see you again next week with Good News with Dick Baumbach.